All right, now the mainstream media's hostility towards Christianity is no secret, but a new book explores why the liberal elite is only suspicious when conservatives invoke religion. Now, the book is called Losing Our Religion, the liberal media's attack on Christianity. The author, S.E. Cupp, joins me now. By the way, right there, my blurb for your book.
Right on the front.
Well, look, I took a look at this early on.
Yeah.
All right, and
I talked to you about it. That's right.
You talked to me about it. Your father was here one night when you were on this program.
Yep.
All right, and your father and I, this is the strangest thing in the world. You write a book defending Christianity, and you're an atheist.
I am. But doesn't that make me the perfect candidate? I mean, how objective can I be about this when I don't have a dog in this fight?
Yeah, but you see, I don't believe you're an atheist. I think you're more agnostic. An atheist holds out no possibility that there's a God. Do you hold out a possibility that universes within universes, the majesty of creation, that you don't hold out any possibility there's a God?
Sean, today I don't believe in God, but I'm open to being converted. I am. And you know that
agnostic then. You're not an atheist.
All right. Today I don't believe in God. I don't believe that there's a God today.
So how do you... I think to be an atheist, you have to believe that something can come from nothing. I mean, because the majesty of creation is so beyond our comprehension. You know, Stephen Hawking's, how many universes within universes within universes, the depth of this, you think it just happened randomly?
I don't purport to have the answers, but I'm
just checking.
I'm not prepared to fill in that gap in my knowledge with God just yet.
All right, I love the book. You make a great point here, because you say liberal media worships Hollywood, they worship celebrity, they worship politicians.
Yep, environmentalism.
Environmental. Sure. You say all of this. So worship is okay as long as it's secular.
Well, yeah, as long as it doesn't involve Christ or God. I mean, God is like porn. They want it to be sort of on the bottom shelf in a brown bag. You know, they're really embarrassed by Christianity. And it's the faith of 80% of this country. I think we deserve a more responsible press and a more representative press.
Yeah, well, why do you think, with all the research, and you have so much of it in this book, why do you think there is this hostility to people that profess... you talk about me in the book.
Yeah.
I am a Christian.
Right.
I say so. You think the media likes it when they can go out there, when I profess that I believe in God.
Right,
why
because if you're conservative and you're Christian, for them it's a double whammy. They can conflate the two, and they can say everyone on the right is a crazy, dangerous, religious fanatic. And that's their bread and butter, fear-mongering. But I think it comes from a place, you know, liberalism is really threatened by fixed value systems, like Christianity, that has a list of do's and don'ts.
But what is it? So I mentioned that I believe in God.
Yeah.
And you say the liberal media likes it. I'm still trying to understand, but why? What is... I mean, most Americans believe in God. That resonates with the American people.
Right. You'd think it's a really bad business model. I know that. Yeah. It's a really bad business model to go after 80% of the country. Yeah. And they do it. They mock Christianity, they condescend to it, and they actively attack the faith and values of the majority of this country. Yeah. It's got to stop.
You mentioned Obama, and when he made the comment about people clinging to their guns and religion, he also said America's not a
Christian nation.
And he made those comments, and you said Obama demotes Christianity and the liberal media rejoices. That struck me.
Right. I mean, it's the first time that they've had a comrade, an ally in the White House to back up their secular agenda. This is a guy who is very uncomfortable with public worship. He's always elevating atheism to the level of Christianity and Judaism and Islam when they're not the same. They are apples and oranges.
But it took him a long time to denounce Reverend Wright, which I think... And he embraced black liberation theology. When you read his books, he was inspired. He was fortified as he was out on the road.
The liberal media didn't cover that, though. I mean, I do a comparison in one chapter between Sarah Palin's Pentecostalism and Barack Obama's black liberation theology. Sarah Palin's Pentecostalism is basically the broad Christianity of the majority of the country. Black liberation theology is radical. It is frightening. And it's not representative. But the liberal media didn't tell us that story.
All right, I got to tell you, the way you designed the book is interesting. Because you have thou shalt burn Fox News in effigy, which I thought was interesting. Thou shalt have double standards. So you, obviously, on the Ten Commandments, that was
playing a little, it's a little, you know, tongue-in-cheek, a little play on words there. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's a serious topic, and for me, this is serious stuff. I mean, we are going towards towards Armageddon, if you want to put it that way. But I mean, I'm also, you know, I'm young, I'm irreverent. There's some funny parts as well.
No, I agree. You also point out, because you talk about the media has a faith. You don't say it that way, but you're really describing that they have their own moral value, belief system, religion.
They do.
And, you know, for example, you point out some of their hypocrisy. Here you have best-selling books by Ann Coulter, Sean Hannity, others, and you mention them in the book. They don't get reviewed by the New York Times.
Right. It's not just a question of, you know, do we cover Christian issues, which they don't, or when we do cover Christian issues, do we do it fairly? They don't. It's also in these reviews. It's in movie reviews and music reviews and book reviews. Again, I don't understand why a publication like the New York Times would want to ignore that there's this huge population of readers out there who are reading these books by Christian authors. They want to pretend they don't exist.
Well, if people, and I said this in the blurb in the book, if they want a real definitive case that you lay out that Christians are under attack, this is it. I still do not understand. Your father is a strong Christian.
He is. He's born again.
And is he driving him crazy that...
I think he's happy that at least
Are you in a state of rebellion?
I'm on his side.
Are you in a state of rebellion? There's got to be a reason for this.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is, you know, I defend Christianity.
You do, big time.
I want some of these people gone. I want to take names. You're religious. I want this to be like the rapture, and all that's left of them is their shoes.
Wow. All right. The rapture is here. Essie, I love it. Losing Our Religion. Great book. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And that is all the